Today's topic, principle of perpendicular axis theorem. Remember, this principle of perpendicular axis theorem, it is applicable to the laminar body. Now first of all, we define what is laminar body. Body which can entirely lie in a one plane, it is known as laminar body. Body which can occupy in one plane, it is known as laminar body. Body which can entirely lie in a single plane, it is known as laminar body. Examples of laminar body: ring, as well as disc of negligible thickness. These are examples of laminar body. Now consider this is a plane, and suppose ring is placed inside the plane. Suppose this is ring. Ring is placed inside the plane, then we can observe complete ring can lie in the plane. Therefore, ring, it is example of laminar body. None of the part of ring, it is outside the plane. Therefore, ring, it is example of laminar body. We define what is laminar body. Now consider this is a horizontal plane, and suppose this is a disc. Now we can observe this entire disc, it lies inside the plane. Therefore, such body, it is known as laminar body. None of the part, it is outside the plane. Therefore, this body, it is known as laminar body. Now consider another example. Consider example of sphere. Suppose this is ball, spherical ball, and it is placed inside the horizontal plane, inside the plane. Then we observe only very small part of ball lies inside the plane, and remaining part of ball, it is outside the plane. Therefore, this sphere, it is not example of laminar body. Ring, it is example of laminar body, as well as disc, it is example of laminar body. In this way, now we discuss how to apply principle of perpendicular axis theorem. How to apply? To apply principle of perpendicular axis theorem, three different axes are required. Three axes are needed. Now consider first axis. This axis number 1 passes through any point on the laminar body, and this axis must be perpendicular to the plane of body. Axis number 1 must be perpendicular to the plane of body. Now we draw figure. Suppose this is laminar body of any shape. This is laminar body of any shape. Now let us consider one axis passes through any point O. We call this axis as a z-axis, and moment of inertia about this axis, it is denoted by Iz. Suppose first axis passes through any point and it is perpendicular to the plane of body. Now second axis, we call this axis as a x-axis, as well as third axis, we call this axis as a y-axis. These two different axes, they are perpendicular to each other. Axis x and axis y, that is second axis and third axis, they are perpendicular to each other, and these two different axes lie in the plane of body. This is very important. Axis number 2 and axis number 3, they are present in the plane of body. Now in figure, we draw one axis. Suppose this axis, it is equal to x-axis, and mi of body about this axis, it is equal to ix. Second axis, it is y-axis. These two different axes are mutually perpendicular to each other. They are perpendicular, but we observe both axes are present in the plane of body. X-axis and y-axis, that is second axis and third axis, these are present in the plane of body and they are perpendicular to each other. Further, we observe these two different axes, that is x-axis and y-axis, intersects. X-axis and y-axis intersect each other at point O, and we observe at this point, first axis, it is perpendicular to the plane of body. In this way, to apply principle of perpendicular axis theorem, three different axes are required. First axis passes through any point present in the body. First axis passes through any point present in the laminar body. But important is that this axis, it is perpendicular to the plane of laminar body. Second axis and third axis, they are mutually perpendicular to each other, but two axes are present in the plane of body. In figure, we can observe second axis and third axis, they are perpendicular and they are present in the plane of body. Further, these two different axes, that is x-axis and y-axis, intersect at a point where first axis, it is perpendicular to the plane of body. Then, according to this principle, value of Iz, it is equal to Ix plus Iy. In this way, we can apply principle of perpendicular axis theorem. Statement of principle of perpendicular axis theorem. According to this theorem, Iz, it is equal to Ix plus Iy. That means moment of inertia of plane lamina or laminar body about an axis passing through any point perpendicular to the plane of laminar body is equal to sum of moment of inertia of laminar body about two mutually perpendicular axes lies in the plane of body and intersecting at a point where given axis is perpendicular to the plane of body, that is Iz it is equal to Ix plus Iy. Moment of inertia of laminar body about an axis passing through any point perpendicular to its plane, it is equal to sum of moment of inertia of laminar body about an axis passing through 2 points which are mutually perpendicular to each other and lies in the plane of body. This is principle of perpendicular axis theorem. Now, proof of perpendicular axis theorem. Consider laminar body. There are 3 different axes. Z axis, it is perpendicular to the plane of body and it passes through any point. X axis and Y axis, they are mutually perpendicular to each other. They lie in the plane of body and 2 different axes intersect at a point where given axis, that is first axis, that is Z axis, it is perpendicular to the plane of body. Now we consider mass is uniformly distributed in a body. Mass is uniformly distributed in a body. We consider one element of body. Let dm represent mass of one element of body. Suppose this element is present at point P. X and Y, they are coordinate of point P. Suppose this is one of the element of body. Mass of element, it is denoted by dm and element is present at point P. X and Y, they are coordinate of point P. Now from point P we draw perpendicular on x axis. Suppose that perpendicular, it is equal to PM. Again we draw perpendicular from point P on y axis and that perpendicular, it is equal to n. Pn, it is perpendicular on y axis. Now first of all we calculate moment of inertia of element about x axis. Formula to calculate moment of inertia, it is equal to mass of element into square of distance of element from the axis of rotation. Mass of element, it is denoted by dm. Element is present at point P. Therefore from x axis its distance, it is equal to pm. Therefore dm into pm square. This is moment of inertia of element about x axis. Now x coordinate of point P means it is a distance from y axis. X coordinate means distance from y axis and y coordinate means distance from x axis. Therefore by the geometry of figure we can observe distance PM, it is equal to y and distance PM, it is equal to x. Therefore substituting value bm into y square. This is moment of inertia of single element about x axis. Therefore, we now calculate moment of inertia of complete body about x axis, and this is denoted by Ix, and it is given by integration of moment of inertia of element about x axis. Therefore, Ix, it is equal to integration of dm into y square. This is from equation number 1. Ix, it is equal to dm into y square, or y square into dm, integration of y square into dm, and suppose this is equation number 2. Now we repeat same procedure to calculate moment of inertia about y axis. Therefore, we repeat this step. Therefore, now moment of inertia of element about y axis, this is given by formula mass of element into square of distance of element from the axis of rotation. Mass of element, it is denoted by dm, and distance of element from axis, it is equal to pn. Further, pn means x, therefore dm into x square, this is moment of inertia of this single element about y axis. Moment of inertia of element, it is known. Therefore, now we calculate moment of inertia of laminar body. Procedure, it is same. Therefore, now moment of inertia of laminar body about y axis, it is denoted by Iy, and Iy, it is equal to integration of moment of inertia of element from equation number 3. It is dm into x square. Therefore, this is moment of inertia about y axis. Now we calculate moment of inertia of element about z axis. It is given by formula mass into square of distance of element from z axis. In figure, distance of element from z axis, it is equal to OP. In figure, we can observe element, it is present at point P. Therefore, its distance from z axis, it is equal to OP. Therefore, dm into OP square, this is moment of inertia of element about z axis, and therefore moment of inertia of complete laminar body, procedure, it is same. About z axis, it is Iz, and Iz, it is equal to integration of dm into OP square. That is Iz, it is equal to integration of dm into OP square. Now, if we apply Pythagoras theorem here, then by the Pythagoras theorem, we observe OM square plus MP square, it is equal to OP square. That is x square plus y square, it is equal to OP square. This is right angle triangle OMP. This is right angle triangle, and in this right angle triangle, when we apply Pythagoras theorem, we get OP square means x square plus y square. Therefore, now we simplify this equation, and therefore we get Iz it is equal to dm into x square plus integration of dm into y square. dm into x square it is equal to ix and iy. Therefore we write ix plus iy it is equal to iz. Therefore iz it is equal to ix plus iy. In this way we can prove principle of perpendicular axis theorem.